What we're seeing on our screens and hearing every day from Gaza. But the message from the RNT is simple. We are here in solidarity with you as demonstrators who have defied the powers that be. We are here in solidarity with the victims of this conflict. We will continue to support demonstrations calling for peace, and we will actively promote fundraising for medical aid to Gaza. We remain horrified at the loss of thousands of lives, and we send our condolences and solidarity to all those impacted by this violence. We condemn the slaughter of civilians. We condemn collective punishment. We demand the freedom of the hostages. We demand the freedom and liberation of the people of Gaza who are held in bondage and in hostage all of the time. Thousands of men, women and children, civilians have been slaughtered, and we urge all parties, including the international community, to work to stop the bloodshed. We call for an immediate ceasefire and an end to hostilities from all sides, from Hamas, from Israel, from the settlers, and all parties. We must stop the violence and take the road to peace. The conflict can only be resolved through a just resolution, through dialogue and respect for international law, including the illegal occupation of Palestinian land and support for the two-state solution. We support the voices on both sides that have shown tremendous courage in promoting peace, dialogue and a just settlement. RNT opposes anti-Semitism and Islamophobia and stands for respect and toleration for all peoples and all beliefs. In Britain, we must have peace and toleration in all of our communities, and we condemn the far-right hate merchants and provocateurs, such as this Home Secretary, and we will work with the wider anti-racist movement, the trade union and labour movement, for unity amongst our people against racism and fascism. It is important on this Remembrance Weekend, when the RNT has members serving in the Royal Fleet Auxiliary on the ships in the region, that we respect and remember all of those that have suffered in conflict and war. We must remember all victims of wars, and we must do all that we can to create peace in the world and respect for their memory. We call on the British government to stop its support of the hostilities and to bring about immediate peace and a just settlement based on UN resolutions and international laws. Call the ceasefire, stop the deaths, stop the war, respect the grief and sorrow of all the peoples, build the peace. Solidarity to all of you and all of those that are suffering. Thank you. Keep campaigning, keep marching until we bring that peace. Thank you again.
Make some noise for Mick Lynch. Now our next speaker is another trade unionist, and when there was some hesitation a month ago, this is a union that stood firm with the people of Palestine, and this is an activist who made her voice heard, who came on the marches. Make some noise for the president of the PCS union, Fran Heathcote.
Friends, I am very proud to bring solidarity from my union PCS to this demonstration today. A march in which hundreds of thousands of voices, in grief and in anger, demand an end to the slaughter in Gaza. Today, here in London and across the world, millions are demanding a ceasefire. And we are also demanding much more than a ceasefire. We are demanding justice for Palestine. We are demanding an end to the repression. We are demanding an end to Israeli state violence. We are demanding an end to ethnic cleansing in both Gaza and the West Bank. And we are demanding an end to the occupation. History did not start on the 7th of October 2023 with a Hamas attack, which my union condemned. The Palestinian people have suffered 75 years of ethnic cleansing, occupation, oppression and betrayal. Palestinians need to
are 100% sure that this march is well over 500,000 strong. The biggest demonstration in British history for Palestine, but also one of the biggest demonstrations in British history, full stop. It's my huge privilege now to welcome to the stage Emily Stevenson, who will read a poem in honour of Gaza's children, over 4,500 of whom have been killed this year. After we've heard the poem, we will read the names of 50 of those children. And after that, we will invite you to join us in 2-minute silence to remember all those who have been killed in the violence in Gaza this year and the innocent victims of wars throughout history. So please put your hands together for Emily from Namod.
Israel's assault on Gaza that year, which killed over 2,000 Palestinians, including more than 500 children, an Israeli human rights organization tried to take out a radio advert in which they planned to read the names of the Palestinian children killed. The Israeli government stepped in and banned this from happening. In response, the Jewish poet Michael Rosen wrote this: "Don't mention the children. Don't name the dead children. The people must not know the names of the dead children. The names of the children must be hidden. The children must leave this world nameless. The children must leave this world having no names. No one must know the names of the dead children. No one must say the names of the dead children. No one must even think that the dead children have names. People must understand it would be dangerous to know the names of the children. The people must be protected from knowing the names of the children. The names of the children could spread like wildfire. The people would not be safe if they knew the names of the children. Don't name the dead children. Don't remember the dead children. Don't think of the dead children. Don't say dead children."
عامر الحلو 5 years old. يحيى العقاد 5 years old. سالي طهير 4 years old. مسك الحلو 4 years old. جوري ياسين 4 years old. عبد العزيز الحلو 4 years old. مروان ابو ليبته 4 years old. نور رضوان 3 years old. لارا الحلو 3 years old. حمزة عليوة 3 years old. محمد ياسين 3 years old. عامر ظهير 3 years old.
آدم الحلو 3 years old. مؤمن الحلو 2 years old. محمود عابد 2 years old. حبيبة طاهر 1 year old. يقود طاهر 1 year old. نبيل العاقد 1 year old. محمد رضوان under 1 year old. محمد العاقد under 1 year old. محمد العوا under 1 year old. أسيل طاهر under 1 year old. مراح ساعد 17 years old. معتصم أبو عبيد 16 years old.
كرم عيد 2 years old. أنس سكيك 1 years old. سلمى علي 1 years old. جهاد محيسن 1 years old. جميل عيد 1 years old. سراج علي 1 years old. Iyad Mhaysin, less than 1 year old. Ubaida Maiqli, less than 1 year old. Abdul Hamid Ashur, 5 years old. Jamil Abu Hayya, 5 years old.
Habiba Abu Aida, 5 years old. Mira Saida, 5 years old. Randa Sha'ban, 4 years old. Jad al-Bardawil, 4 years old. Zain Abu Aida, 4 years old. Sidra Sha'i, 4 years old. Elaine Abu Aida, 3 years old. Hamza al-Fasih, 3 years old. Sham Abu Hamad, 3 years old. Omar Abu Hamad, 3 years old. Fadi al-Bardawil, 3 years old.
Malik Abu Aida, 2 years old. Jad Sha'ban, 2 years old. Abdul Aziz Abu Amr, 2 years old. Malak al-Fasih, 2 years old. Imad al-Bardawil, 2 years old. Imad al-Bardawil, 2 years old. Yazan al-Bardawil, 1 year. Ahmad Sha'ban, 1 year. Ahmad Sha'ban, 1 year. Taym al-Fasih, 1 year. Maryam Saydam, 1 year. Mayar Dallul, 1 year. Tariq Abu Umra, 1 year.
Please join us for 2 minutes silence to remember all those who have been killed in the violence in Gaza this year and the innocent victims of wars throughout history. We can keep this as safe as possible for all the families and everyone here today. So if you're on the right and left, please move down towards the sides.
Introducing our next speaker, who recently resigned his position as Shadow Minister so that he could advocate fully and freely for an immediate ceasefire. Please give it up for the